Hi friends, I'm still answering questions. Part 2 of my questions and answer video. Okay, I'm just picking up where I left off. The next question comes from KL4018. Sandy, how many times have you been to Disney World? I'm going for the 12th time in October to celebrate being in remission. Do you have a trip planned? Well, first of all, I'm glad you're in remission. Remission is always a good thing when you have an illness, and I'm so glad that you're in remission. You're still among us. That's good. Let's see. Do I have a trip planned? No, I don't. We were thinking about maybe going in November, but it wasn't going to be all of us. It was going to be Harry and I, but we decided probably not. I have a cousin that just moved to Orlando. She just moved there. And Harry's got a business trip in Tampa. And I thought, oh, well, that would be good because then I can go visit my cousin Karen. And since she's right there in Orlando, we can take like 2 days and maybe go over to Disney. And I don't know, the more that we talked about it, we decided probably more than likely we're not going to. Anyway, we haven't made any final decisions yet on you know, what we're going to do, but I'm guessing at this time we're probably not going to go in November. And how many times have I been there? Well, the first time that we went was in 1989, and in the 90s we went like every year, and we went some of those years twice a year. In the 2000s there were several years that we didn't go. We took like a 10-year break from Disney. And then when we started back up, we started incorporating sometimes 2 times a year in going. So from 1989 till now is what, 29 years. And because I don't want to say 29 times, because like I said, there was like about 10 years that we didn't go, so that'd bring it down to 19 times, but there were a lot of years that we went twice in a year. So I can't say. I will say probably at least 25 times. Probably at least 25 times. And anyway, I'm so glad you're in remission. My hugs to you. Hugs across the mile. Okay, Mary O'Neill, you asked, are you planning another trip to Disney this year? So I've answered that. No, I'm not going to. What is your favorite thing to do or see at Disney? I love the resorts. I do. I love the resorts. I love going into all their different stores and shopping. I like walking around, seeing how they've decorated things, the architecture, what there is to do at each of the resorts. So resorts is like my one thing I really like. I enjoy that. And I like all the different dining, because who doesn't like good food? And they have some really good food down there at Disney. So anyway, those would probably be my most favorite things to do at Disney, besides the rides. And my favorite ride of all is Splash Mountain. Favorite! When I go to Epcot, it's Soarin'. I love that because I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World or not, but when you're on Soarin', every time you get into a new place, a new country or whatever, you get splashed with this like fragrance of, like when you get, for example, when you get into like Africa to the savannah and you get in, you see the dirt and the elephants are whipping up dirt and everything, and you can just smell like the green grass. Oh, the smells are just so good on that ride. Okay, next question, Janet Bishop. Do you craft, or do you do any crafting? I used to do crafting. When I lived in Virginia, I crafted all the time because Harry traveled all the time, and when my kids would go to bed, it was just me, you know? So I got into crafting. I actually used to make porcelain dolls, and I made, I don't know how many dolls. I made a lot of dolls, but I gave them away. I think I kept, I don't know. I think I kept 4, and then I gave all my other dolls away. So, and it was expensive to make those dolls. I think to make a doll ran almost $100, because you have to pay for the porcelain, like the arms, the legs, the face. You know, you have to chisel everything out. You have to paint everything. And then it gets put in the kiln each time. But then you'd have to pay for like the eyelashes that would go on. You had to pay for the eyeballs and what color eyeballs you wanted. You had to pay for the wigs for the hair. And then for the clothes, I would go out to like the store and just buy like preemie to 0 to 3 month size is what would fit those dolls. And little shoes, like a size 0 shoe. And then I'd get my clothes from there. So it would run over $100 per doll. But when I gave dolls to people, it was because I just liked them. They were a good friend, and I just did it to show my appreciation, or I gave it to somebody because it was their birthday, you know, something like that. So I did a lot of different types of crafting things, but out of all the crafting that I did, I would have to say making dolls was one of my favorite things to do. I just loved it. Godly Wife Life asks, how do you store your overstocked goods? I think I've talked about this before in my video. I have my pantry, the main pantry, in the laundry room. And then I have like some of my kitchen cabinets where I put certain foods and things. Cleaning products in the kitchen, I have a special cabinet that I just keep the cleaning products, but the overflow of cleaning products are in the laundry room. I've showed that shelf above my washer and dryer. I put stuff in there. But I also have cleaning products along with other food that's downstairs in my basement. That's where I have a lot of my storage stock or whatever is down there. Okay, next question. James Vaccaro asked, Sandy, how do you prioritize your time? You seem to be very busy with housekeeping, religion, family, and everything else. Do you get tired? Do you write lists? You seem so calm yet busy. Just curious. James from New York City. Well, you're not so far away. I'm here in Philly. Okay. First of all, let's answer it this way. Do I get tired? Yeah, I get tired. There are some times I'm so tired because I could be up early in the morning and like for days on end, just up super early in the morning. I'm talking like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, that sort of thing. And if I get up around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I can do things like around my house. I try to do it quietly. And then I try to go back to sleep, and I'll sleep for just a little bit and then get up. Let's just put it this way. 5 to 6 hours a night of sleep is usually what I get. So, yeah, I'll get tired, and there are some days, depending on how early I've been up for how many days in a row or whatever, you know, several days of that can go by and I need a nap, and I will take a nap, you know. It's like everything will be done. It's like I'm just going to sit here in my chair and I'm going to take a nap for, you know, at least a half hour. Sometimes my naps usually are only like 15 minutes, but it's enough that it refreshed me. So yeah, I do get tired. Do I write lists? I only write lists for things that are very, very important that I got to make sure that I do not forget. I write things down. I have a dry erase board. I write things down, or I just get a little sheet of paper, write things down. But it's usually when things are just really, really busy in life, you got a lot going on. And like I say, especially certain things that are just really important that I can't forget those things, I will write those things down. But as far as like just my daily activities and the things that I have to do, everything is computerized right up here. I have a very good memory, so I'm glad for that I can remember a lot of things. Now, as far as prioritizing my life, how do I do that? And all the things that you list, and yeah, I do all that, and gardening and all those things. Well, the first thing I do when I wake up, no matter what time in the night I wake up, I like to say a prayer. And I, first of all, thank God that I woke up, because I could have died in my sleep. I don't think people actually think about that, but you know, we could have died in our sleep. So if you wake up, hey, be thankful that you woke up. So, you know, I start out with, you know, my little morning prayer, and it's like my little mini morning prayer. You know, you're thanking the Lord you woke up, and you ask God for help during the day and for protection for you, for your family, and, you know, guide me in my day, and how can I be a blessing to other people, and that sort of thing. then I go brush my teeth, and then I go get my cup of coffee, and I head into my dining room, and then I start my Bible reading. I have my Bible study time. And I don't know, I'm there for an hour and a half to 2 hours at least, you know, just reading and studying and that sort of thing. And then I begin my day after that of all the things I have to do. Now, as far as prioritizing things, I will just say that what I do on the weekends, usually about Saturday evening or whatever, as I have finished one week and I'm getting thoughts ready for the following week of the things that I need to do, I prioritize, you know, like Alex has to go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so are there any errands I need to run on those days or anything I need to do that week? Because while I go drop him off at school, while I'm already in my car, I can go do whatever. So I try to organize my errands around that. Sometimes you can't always do it, you know. As far as like if people are coming to your house to do work, you got the exterminator coming or whatever, you know in advance the people that are coming to your house and on what days and what they're there for, so that I just schedule my life around all of those things. So you see what I'm saying? So that's just how I prioritize. And a lot of times, you know, once the day has begun and I start doing things, sometimes things change. It's like, you know, instead of doing this that I was going to do today, I think I'll put that off for tomorrow. And what I was going to do tomorrow, this one thing, I'm going to do that now and get that done and over with. And so like I do switch things out. But I stay prioritized just by basically just knowing in advance a week or two the things that I need to do, the things that I want to do, and then I just, you know, schedule everything that way. And trust me, James, ladies, when they go to sleep at night, their brain does not shut down. Their brain just keeps going and going and going. I mean, our thoughts are just all the time. And that's me. It's like my thoughts just, sometimes I just have to tell my brain to shut up. I'm tired. Seriously, I could be really tired and I'll just have a hard time going to sleep. And the reason why is because I'm thinking of things. Oh, I got to do this, or I want to do this, or this is something that I should do, whatever. And it's just like, I'm so tired. I'm just like, please brain, just shut up. Just shut up. I want to go to sleep. And eventually I do fall asleep. But anyway, my mind is just constantly going on, you know, things that I have to do. So that's how I adjust things and prioritize things. So anyway, okay. Next question is from Mary Friedman. Is Carly and your son twins? I know you made cakes for each of them last week. No, they're not twins. They are born on the same day, but 2 years apart. How that happened, I don't know. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those fluke things that happens in life. Alicia Ann asked, are you thinking about adding more fur babies to your family? I will always be thinking about adding fur babies to my family. I love animals and they bring a lot of pleasure and that sort of thing. We lost our Lucy back in November. We still have the other 3 girlies and the 2 cats. But I don't know, Josiah's wanting a hunting dog, and I've been thinking about if we get another dog, I like to get 2 from the same litter so that you have like 2 sisters or whatever. But we'll see as, you know, time goes, what we're going to do with that. Next, Amelia Mystery Wave asks, do you do any type of sport? If so, what is it? I don't do sports. Kind of too old to just, you know, be involved in doing different sports and stuff at this point. But I will say that I used to exercise a lot. I was an exercise maniac for years, from like the time of 15 all the way to like my late 30s, early 40s. And one of the things that I did like doing, I liked walking, but I liked to run as well. And I liked to bike ride. And with just my over-zealousness of exercising, I hurt my back. My back doesn't bother me much anymore. What really bothers me now is the knees. I don't know how much cartilage is left there in my knees, but I really don't do any like physical activity hardcore anymore like I used to, or really any of it. So I just taking it easy in life now. And then the last question is from Susan Stovall, hi Sandy, what made you decide to do a YouTube channel? What do you like best and least about having a channel? Okay, I started making YouTube videos so that I could communicate with my family on what I'm doing. Yeah, it used to be you'd pick up the telephone, you'd call long distance, you'd write a letter to people. Then we got computers and you start sending emails to people, and then if you had any pictures, you'd, attach a picture with it so that they could see the kids, or I decorated a room, they could see whatever. But as technology has progressed, we have cameras now, and we can do YouTube channels and that sort of thing. And also with the phone, there's FaceTime, there's Skype, through Messenger, you can do the video chat. There's all different ways now of even communicating like that, where you can actually see the people. And that's why I started doing my YouTube channel, was pretty basically for that. So my family, my friends knew what I was up to and that sort of thing. What do I like least? I think I've mentioned that multiple times. I don't like rude people. Meanie Poos, I just do not like them. It's not just even people that have come to me to say rude things, because I get it from time to time. I don't get a lot. But I have seen other people on YouTube, and I read through their comments, and I read comments, and I'm just like, what would you say something like that to another person for? What's wrong with you, I don't like that. I don't like rudeness. I don't like, especially on social media, period, I don't like people that assume and presume things about people and they don't have all the facts. And that even happens on YouTube. People can peer into what they see on the camera and they think that they know everything that's going on in those people's lives, when all they've seen is just snippets of somebody's day. And so you really don't know those people. We think that we know those people, but we really don't. And so when you get the assumers and presumers thinking that, they just know everything about somebody or whatever, yeah, I don't like that either, because you don't know what's going on through the camera lens. You know what I mean? My favorite thing is I do like the fact that I've met a lot of nice people, a lot of interesting people, people from all over the world. Australia and Brazil and Greece and Scotland and Spain and Germany and Canada and just all over. I love people. I think I've mentioned this a lot of times in my videos. I do. I love people and I love culture. I'm just one of those people, I could just chit chat with people all day long, because, I'm just interested in people. I'm interested in their way of living and that sort of thing, especially when it comes to culture and that sort of thing. I could sit down with any one of you at any time over coffee and just probably ask you about 100 questions. Because that's what I enjoy that. And social media gives us the outlet to do that. And so I've met a lot of nice people. And that's one of my favorite things, most of all, that I like about YouTube. And so I'm appreciative for all of you too, and getting to know you guys here and there as you leave comments and that sort of thing. And this questionnaire thing was nice too, because people that I don't really recognize your names from comments or anything, but you were kind enough to send a question, and so that was really nice too. See, it's nice to get to know people. So anyway, that's it for my question and answer video, collab with Courtney, and I will see you in the next video, and until then, be good to yourself. Bye-bye.